On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, Jujutsu Kaisen, Episode 15, Kyoto Sister School Exchange Event, Group Battle 1. What did I say? What did I say? The one thing I wanted from this whole interaction between Tokyo and Kyoto. What is the one thing I wanted? For Yuji to meet Todo, because I knew for a fact that these two would definitely hit it off. And it all came down to that one question. What is your type of woman? A perfect answer. Tall women with a big ass. I don't know, like Jennifer Lawrence. This literally brought Todo to tears. In a single second, he is able to live out an entire life with Yuji as his best friend. The mental gymnastics that this motherfucker just went through. Yes, Yuji and Todo have become BFFs. Oh my god. This episode was fucking amazing, just for that instance. And just think, none of this would ever happen if they went with the original plan of having Fushiguro fight him. But it's truly serendipitous to have their most physical fighters go at each other. Of course, Todo is just a mad lad making a direct drive for Jujutsu Tech. I'm 95% sure he didn't give a shit who he fought. But to see Yuji charge in a battle to give him a fucking knee to the face, my god. The back and forth was absolutely amazing. It goes to show you how badass Todo really is and how strong he is. But did you catch what he says? When it comes down to physical prowess as well as the reflexes, Yuji actually surpasses him. This is what Todo admits. And it would take nothing less to be this monster's BFF. But there is one glaringly obvious weakness that Todo sees in Yuji. It's his cursed energy and that delay effect. And he's not there to mix words. He calls him out on that shit. Dude, you're never gonna surpass me if you stay at that level. What the fuck? Do you want to be weak forever? And those are just the words that truly ignite Yuji. I mean, remember, he has been through some very heavy shit. Hashtag no justice for Junpei. And he has committed himself to never losing again. And judging by that final interaction between the two, I'm 99% sure we're gonna get a nice senpai kohai moment where the two will go at each other in an attempt to improve Yuji. I mean, the dude did buy you ramen after your failed confession, so the least you can do is, bulk him up a little bit, right? Not to mention, it was so badass of Todo when the other students from Kyoto finally surrounded Yuji. Remember, they're under the order to kill Yuji. So when they have him surrounded and everyone's going to unleash, their finisher move, we get to see Todo's actual cursed abilities in action. A simple clap of the hands, and is he able to switch position of certain objects? Did he just pull a Trafalgar Law on us, like room shambles? I mean, this is some fucking awesome shit here. But to see him stand up for his BFF, you know what? That was such an amazing, this whole interaction between those two is just phenomenal. I loved it. This is the outcome I wanted. I wanted them to interact with each other, and I was optimistically hoping for, a connection, and they did. It seemed they bonded a little more one-sided than I hoped, but I mean, give it a little bit more time, and I think this relationship can truly sprout. Now, when it comes to everyone else, it looks like this is divide and conquer, and we're seeing a lot of everybody's abilities in action. Once again, it seems Fushiguro Shikigami are coming in clutch. Not only are they able to track their opponents and the curses, but Nue the Giant Owl is able to take out a key component for the Kyoto team. Little Witch Academia herself, Nishimaya, who upon discovering how much it sucks getting electrocuted, is perceived to be taunted by Panda and Nobara. So not cute. Meanwhile, Fushiguro looks like he's taking on Kamo now. The guy who seems to be taking the lead when it comes to this exchange event seems to know a lot about our young Megumi. Now, hopefully they dive deeper into the clans and what they mean, because I am seeing, the three head families this and the Zenin technique that. Good relationships or bad blood, it's too early to tell, but one thing's for sure, Fushiguro knows that Yuji was the target, and he's definitely not cool with it. I mean, it is understandable. Panda does a good job explaining why they're going after Yuji. Fushiguro and Nobara have had first-hand experience. They literally are comrades with Yuji. They know of his abilities as well as his personality. He is a good guy. I mean, even the second years, we can tell that Yuji is a good boy. But when it comes to everyone else, it'd be no different than exercising a curse. They see him as a threat, therefore they fear him. But yeah, I can't help but to think that Fushiguro is going to take this a little bit personal. Another good one-on-one I'm seeing is Maki versus Miwa. Now, in her little tete-on-tete with Yuji, we see her activate a simple domain. Now, we can surmise that this one is not complete or fully activated due to the fact that a domain is supposed to guarantee you a hit, and Yuji was able to dodge. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to amplify all attacks or just curse-based ones, still up in the air on that, but I am surprised that we're seeing a second-year student activate this. It just leads me to wonder if she can do it, I wonder who else can. But besides seeing her ability, we're actually given some information on Jujutsu sorcerers and their actual grades. It seems it's not based solely on ability, there's actually a recommendation system, and anyone who supervises an individual can't recommend them. This kind of explains how Gojo has his hands tied behind his back. He just can't say, hey, Yuji is the fucking man, go ahead and give him a, first grade sorcerer. I'm assuming he was using this event as much like Miwa herself to get noticed and, hey man, let's go ahead and recommend these people. Now, the two other characters I'm extremely interested in that we haven't really seen much from, I want to see them get into action, is definitely Mr. Robot. Yeah, the dude has a fucking hand cannon, like energy beam type shit. Like, that was fucking amazing. Like, now I know it would have been bad for Yuji, but I so wanted that motherfucker to fire off that thing, but luckily in the preview it looks like he does. And the other is actually, a Jujutsu Tech student, Inumaki, the dude with cursed words. We saw him use it very briefly in the fight between Fushiguro and Todo, but I really want to see how he utilizes this power in a multiple person battle scenario. But like I said, I'm completely captivated by the possible relationship between Yuji and Todo. This is amazing. Literally go back and watch my earlier episodes. I wanted these two to be BFFs and it looks like they are. Like, I'm just overly excited that these two fucking hit it off. So yeah, overall, I absolutely love today's episode and I am so ready to get back in the action. So with all that being said and more Jujutsu Kaisen next week, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.